Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Informed Player Review with me, your boy FIFA1 HD. This episode we're going to be looking at the 80 rated Inform, that is Jermain Defoe. But before we do, it would mean a great deal to me if you would hammer that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you have any questions on Inform Defoe or FIFA 16 in general, leave them in the comments below. I am more than happy to answer those for you. So, 80 rated Defoe, let's have a look at those stats. The ones that jump out for me: attack positioning, agility and balance are very, very good. Strength, not so great, which I'll come to later in the review. Acceleration and sprint speed do leave also a little bit to be desired. As you can see, just going up to the top there, ball control, dribbling, okay, nothing to brag about. Same with heading, but finishing, long shots and shot power, those are most certainly where it's at. He's also got pretty decent volleys as well, which is always nice. 4-star weak foot, very good. Medium work rates aren't too bad either. His attack positioning makes up for that, so don't worry about him being in the right place. He most definitely is. And he's got some really nice specialities and traits, including the distant shooter, clinical finisher, and the long shot taker. So let's get into the main block of the review. So my thoughts on Inform Defoe were that he was very fun to use, someone who I really enjoyed scoring a lot of goals with. The only issues that I had were that it felt at times like a gust of wind could blow him over. You know, at times his strength felt that bad that any sort of defender, no matter how strong they were, would just bully him off the ball. You know, his dribbling is okay, and that did allow me to get away from defenders and midfielders at times. As you'll see in some of these clips, you know, I did work it quite well to free up some space for his amazing shooting to be unleashed. But so many occasions, when anyone was remotely near me, I'd just be pushed off the ball, and that is something to consider with this card. His pace also isn't fantastic, but for me, like I've been preaching on many player reviews, pace is not that important with a striker, I don't feel. You know, with positioning being as good as this, he's always in good areas. He's always on the shoulder of the last defender. So if you've got a player who can pass the ball well, slip it into him, he will be absolutely fine. He's going to get at least 5 or 6 chances every game, I guarantee it. And he's probably going to bury 2 or 3 of them, because his finishing is that good. It's the best bit about the card by an absolute country mile. You know, that is really obvious, but it's true. His attack positioning, like I said, is phenomenal. So he's always in really good areas, whether it's making a good run or just being free in the box. He's in good positions to score good goals. Now, he has amazing finishing, and his agility and balance plus his weak foot means he can score goals on the swivel, on the turn, you know, where he's a bit off balance. He's still going to find the back of the net, which I think is important for a sort of good in the box sort of striker, which is very much what Defoe is. You know, his finishing at 88 is phenomenal, as well as his long shots and shot power, which are also very strong. So he can score a range of goals, although I found that actually finessing it was very effective with him, and I actually preferred finessing it. Even though he has got good long shots and good shot power, I found finessing it at times was actually more effective. So it's definitely a tip that I would recommend for this card. Heading, you're probably not going to score too many goals, and this is the other problem with the card. You know, I didn't find like his heading was very good. Obviously, he is a short player, and his heading stats aren't amazing, and that was sort of the problem. You know, his dribbling, his heading, his passing was all sort of mediocre. There's so many stats, as you would have seen earlier in the video, which are like 70, mid-70s, you know, and they're okay, they're very usable, but there's nothing else apart from his amazing shooting that really stands out about this card. Now, for me, I think he'll play very well in a partnership. I did use him on his own, and I thought he struggled at times. You know, he will score you goals, so you will get a return in that sense, but your team may lack in terms of hold-up play. So if you do like a player who can hold the ball up a little bit, Defoe probably isn't for you unless you do play him in a partnership with someone who can do that role. But he is still a good player nonetheless, and for what he's going for, you know, I think his price will settle around sort of 30k or less, just because people like pace and he doesn't have it. But the high shooting will boost his price up a bit. I would imagine it would settle around 30k, which I think is very reasonable. If it's any lower, then you are getting an absolute bargain for an informed striker from the Premier League who's got 88 finishing. What more can you want? definitely recommend him. That's why I've given him 8.5 out of 10. Now, if you did enjoy the video, guys, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and peace.